What is going on YouTube? It's Eric DP back with a brand new performance review video, and as you can tell from the title, we are going to be taking a look at those KD15s to let you guys know how they performed for me on the basketball court. I really like this sneaker a whole lot, so definitely stay tuned and stick around for the review on these KD15s. If you guys haven't already checked out any of my other videos, subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and do so. Hit that thumbs up button. Give me a follow over on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter as well. My username is the exact same on all those platforms, so I do appreciate all your guys' support. Let's go ahead and check out these KD15s and see how they perform for me on court. Let's go ahead and jump straight into one of my favorite aspects to the KD15, as well as the aspect that I'm probably looking for to be the strongest in any basketball shoe that I'm going after, and that is the traction setup or traction pattern. The pattern to the look and to the feel reminds me a whole lot of the Kobe 9 on court, which to some is the absolute best traction setup or pattern of all time. I still stick with the Jordan 1. There's absolutely just no slip. You cannot move wrong in that shoe whatsoever. I mean, that traction setup is just the greatest of all time to me. But Kobe 9 has to be right there included in that as well. And as I said, the traction setup on the KD15 is very similar, even to the look and the feel on court. Had no issues with the traction setup whatsoever. You're good to go laterally, vertically, starting, stopping, cutting, whatever it may be, you're good to go and covered all around on the KD15. You're not going to be disappointed with the traction setup on these whatsoever. Next up, let's go over the fit on the KD15. I've had a lot of questions or a lot of feedback asking me, is there any heel slippage in the shoe? So I'm going to guess that a lot of people are reporting a lot of heel slippage, or that's something that maybe they've heard somewhere, but that's the biggest question that I've gotten on this shoe. I did not personally have any heel slippage in the shoe whatsoever. I did go true to size with these. I will say that my personal preference, I probably could have went down half a size because I do like my basketball shoes to fit pretty snug. But I do like on these, which we'll go over a little bit later in the actual lockdown category, that you can lace these up more traditionally, and you've got this little overlay here that allows you to get it really tight on your forefoot area. But at the same time, I still could have went down half a size in these and they would have fit fine or worked perfectly for me. I would say that wide footers may need to go up half a size because they do fit pretty narrow, as KDs normally do. But at the same time, if you're able to, I would just recommend trying them on in store, getting a good feel for them that way. There's tons of colorways and models that have came out on this shoe now, so you should be able to find them any of your local malls or anything like that for you to try on. But if I'm going to give my actual recommendation, I will say just go true to size and get your natural regular size in the KD15, or what you're used to getting in any Nike basketball shoe. Let's go ahead and talk about the lockdown just a little bit on the KD15. So we kind of already hinted or talked about it a little bit in the fit section, but obviously we're going to give a little bit more detail on it here. As I mentioned before, a lot of questions about heel slippage, anything like that with this actual shoe. I had no issues whatsoever from a lockdown standpoint on any part of the shoe, but I definitely didn't have any heel slippage. I actually felt pretty locked in the heel area, to be honest. Moving on to like the forefoot area here, you've got these extra little overlays of material that have eyelets on it. You can actually get pretty tight or constrained to the shoe, and I actually really enjoyed that. In my forefoot area, I could get it kind of as loose or as tight as I really wanted. And then the forefoot area, or I'm sorry, in the midfoot toe area, you really don't have any extra space or anything like that going on. It actually just fits really good, wraps around your shoe, or wraps around your foot overall. I just had no issues whatsoever from a lockdown standpoint, and that's coming from someone usually that does not prefer playing in low tops. I've told you guys that so many times, you're probably tired of hearing me say it, but at the same time, it is the truth. It's not something that I usually go to or pick out in the store. I'm going to be more of a mid-top guy. Not quite so much, I would say, high top, but mid-top is kind of my go-to. Kyrie line is usually my go-to or favorite type of models of basketball shoes. But at the same time, I'm a big fan of the KD line. Just normally, I don't go this low top, or something this low top I do not like that much. And if you checked out my written performance review, I actually gave the shoe pretty much a perfect score in every single category. So it's not something that normally I would rate this high on this low top of a sneaker, is what I'm trying to get at. So if I'm giving this pretty much a perfect score from a lockdown category, it's probably working pretty good for a low top basketball shoe. Moving on to the materials on the KD15, you're obviously not getting anything super premium or anything like that, but at the same time, if they work on basketball sneakers, that's pretty much all that I'm looking for. These definitely work very, very well in my opinion. You pretty much have an all mesh upper. It's fairly thick, but at the same time, very lightweight. It's something that I do feel is going to be durable over time. I mean, obviously you're not going to keep stepping on it over and over again and probably get, years and years of wear out of it, but at the same time, it is going to last you for quite a significant amount of time, I would say, in my personal opinion. Taking these outdoors over and over again, I don't know that it would hold up very, very well, but at the same time, it is going to work for a good amount of time. I don't think you're going to have any issues from a durability standpoint. Lightweight, very breathable, nothing to complain about whatsoever about the materials of the shoe. Just as I said, if you're looking for like a super premium leather on this basketball sneaker or anything like that, you're definitely not going to get that out of it. If you're looking for great materials on a basketball shoe that's just going to work overall and feel good on court, you're definitely going to be taken care of. I like the inner lining as well. It's pretty soft and kind of padded pretty much all around your ankle, collar area, and behind the tongue as well. So yeah, as I said, no issues whatsoever from a material standpoint. I was actually very impressed with how this shoe felt on court. Last but not least, let's go over the cushion on the KD15 just a little bit. So this is a very, very nice cushioned, comfortable shoe on court, and one that if you're looking for quite a bit of cushion, I think you're going to be happy with this shoe overall. Now, if you're looking for LeBron type cushion, I don't think that may be exactly where you want to go is this shoe, but at the same time, it is very cushioned and one that is almost too much cushion for me, but it's kind of like that. If there was a line, and this is basically what I'm looking for, and this is right past it, we're basically at the line of I don't want any more cushion than this, but it's basically the maximum amount, obviously, that I am looking for. So you do have, obviously, a Cushline midsole here that's very soft. It is responsive, but I would say it's on the softer side, more for comfort than it's going to be just bouncy to get you right back off the ground. And then you have that full-length Air Zoom Strobel unit on these, which has become my go-to or my favorite actual setup from Nike Basketball, and probably in general my favorite cushion setup of all time. Now, when they start double stacking it and putting extra cushion in with it, that's something where it becomes a little bit past that line that I'm talking about. It's a little too much for me from a cushion standpoint. But as long as I can literally deal with pretty much just the Air Zoom Strobel, and that is my go-to setup. There doesn't have to be any extra cushion other than that. But at the same time, when you do mix it with this Cushline midsole, this is something that I felt was a very, very good setup and one that is very, very comfortable on court. I can wear these to the gym. I can do treadmill work in them, run in them, whatever it may be, and you're going to be good to go from a cushion standpoint and feel very comfortable in the KD15. I don't think you're going to have any issues. Now, if you're like me and normally prefer a lot of court feel over cushion, then it may be borderline too much for you. If you have played in Air Zoom Strobel overall and you like it at all, you're going to love the cushion setup and how the KD15 feels on court. Overall, the KD15 is a very good basketball shoe, one that I definitely would recommend playing in on the basketball court, wearing casually. It's a very comfortable shoe, one that pretty much checked all the boxes for me and what I am looking for in a basketball sneaker. I did tell you basically the only one thing was the cushion is right at that mark for me that it's almost too much, which for most is going to work out very, very good because a lot of people usually prefer more cushion over court feel, and I'm kind of in the less percent on that actual category or section of basketball sneakers. But as I said, if you like a lot of cushion, if you like great traction, if you like great lockdown, overall every single aspect of this KD15 worked out very, very well for me. And that is why, as I've said a couple times in this actual video review, that I'm over on my written performance review, it's one of the only sneakers that I remember ever giving pretty much a perfect score to in every single category. Really liked it, had a lot of fun in this shoe, and if you guys try it out, I think you will too. If you have played in them, let me know in the comment section below how they've worked out for you and what you think of the KD15 overall. And if not, and you do purchase these later on and get to playing in them, let me know your thoughts later on the KD15 as well. Thanks to you guys for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate everyone's support, and as always, we'll be back very, very soon with either some more gear or some more sneakers. Peace.